You need to take his ass to bed.
I'm sorry.
I ain't want to make nobody cry. He make himself cry. I ain't nothing to him.
I'm so sorry, Sarah. You deserve so much better than what I displayed to you.
I know, so please leave me alone.
You trusted me and I let you down. You believed in me and I let you down, and I'm sorry for that. I promise you I'm sorry. But you make me so happy. You make me so much better.
Get somebody else to do it.
In the morning.
Get somebody else to do it. Why is you crying? Why is you crying?
I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry.
You're 42.
In the criminal justice system, sexually-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Ooh, I don't know where to start. First of all, I'm sick, so don't mind my voice at all. Be patient. Second of all, I put this out here. I do not have a horror story. So the only thing I can do is highlight my experience. And what I will say is that I believe, because I am his age, that my discernment, I don't want to say was more significant or elevated, but I think elevated might be the correct term to use. I think my discernment was a little bit more elevated than Sarah's probably was. And that is not to discredit anything that she's endured or what she didn't deserve any of that. So, with that being said, here goes what happened on my date with Mr. Kelsey. Stay tuned. Alright, so to get to the core of it, Mr. Kelsey and I have been Facebook friends for a very long time. Since all of this has come about, I blocked him from my Facebook today because, again, I'll utterly discuss it. I think this admiration started around 2015, where he, I think, may have seen me at a church event. This is what he told me. He seen me at a church event, and he was attracted and took interest, but never said anything. And this was around 2015. Fast forward to 2024, he finally gets the nerve to ask me out. Okay, so in 2024, Mr. Kelsey decides to ask me out on a date. And I'm out of relationship. I don't know how long before that, but I was wrapping up, dealing with that situation. So I felt like, okay, I'm ready to go on a date and just have a nice interaction with the man. So let me just give him a shot. And he came with it. Like, he asked me on a date. He asked me when I was available, and since he's making reservations, he did all of that really, really quick. He and I live in the same state. We're in Florida, however, we're in different counties. So to make it a little bit easier on him, I was like, well, since we're going to meet during the week, I will meet you halfway. So we end up meeting at a restaurant in Lakeland. And the date went really, really well. He was very mannerable. He talked about his life growing up in Atlanta, his adopted parents. He talked about the relationship that he ended up developing with his biological parents. And, he talked about his kids. He didn't talk about his military experience, but he did tell me that he's retired military, and I had already known about his mortuary business. He's in transport, unless it's expounded to something else, but he goes to pick up bodies from the morgue and then transports them over to, the funeral homes that are going to provide the service. But in any case, on this date, I had no red flags. Like, it ended really, really good. I was like, you know what? I think I want to like him. Oh, we continue to talk, and as we're, talking, some of the things that he's saying is kind of weirding me out because it's like he's coming on a little bit too strong. You want me to come over to your house? He had already told me that he has some roommates. I'm like, you about to come over to his house with these men in there? I don't know how many in there. Like, I don't play like that. I'm not about to come, to your house. So that was off limits for me. And then there was something else that he invited me to. I think he was going on a cruise or something for his birthday. And he sent me an invite to it. I'm like, I'm not about to do this. Like, I don't know him like that. I'm not doing that. And there were just various little things that he would say during our texting that just made me be like, like, I don't want to continue to communicate with him because we're not compatible. There may be a little bit of chemistry, but chemistry does not equal compatibility. So my discernment from there said, you know what, I'm gonna just cut this. I'm gonna cut this short. And so I think I ended up blocking him from my phone maybe at the end of 2024 or maybe earlier this year. I don't know. And it wasn't because he had done anything to me, because again, I don't have a negative experience. I cannot paint him in a negative way because he didn't do anything to me. However, when I'm at the point where I'm not going to communicate with anybody any further, I'll just go ahead and block them because there's nothing else for you to say to me and there's nothing else for me to say to you. Life goes on. Now, something that I did find out today is I had no idea that he had been arrested for domestic violence. Had I known that he was arrested for domestic violence, I would have never went out with him on one date in the first place. I would have never even been communicating with him because I don't play like that. I'm really, really, really strict on stuff like that. Yeah, I believe people can change. Yes, I believe in grace, but I'm not going to put myself in a situation where a man has a pattern of hitting women to even give him the opportunity to do it to me. I also know about his 2 girls, so I'm just shocked to see him acting this way because he has 2 daughters and he always talks very highly of them. He also has 2 sons that he would mention, but I don't think the relationship with the sons are that good. He talked about the ex-wife. Of course, he tried to paint her, in a negative light, but I didn't really listen to that because, again, when you're going through a breakup, you're going through a divorce, you want somebody to have somebody for you. So I didn't really pay much attention to that, but I could really see how he could be a wolf in sheep's clothing because he's heavily in the church. He's in the music ministry. And you would just think that this man is just holier than thou. Like, this is a man of God. He would never do any of these things. So, I'm astonished. I'm astonished to see this. I'm actually disgusted to see his treatment towards that young lady. Because I honestly didn't see any of that coming based upon my interaction with him, but my interaction with him led me to believe that he wasn't a man that I should continue to be in the company of. So all I have to say is that we keep this young lady in our prayers. Hopefully she's able to get somewhere safe and sound. And hopefully, he realizes his actions before he ruins his entire life. Like, with this spread as wide as it has thus far, he's damn near ruined as it is. But before he does something that makes him go away for a very, very long time, or something happens to where he just perishes. I hope he gets it together. And Mr. Kelsey, should you see this, I am so disappointed because I thought so highly of you. I never would have thought that you would have stooped this low. And I talk about grace all the time. I really hope that you can find the help that you need, so you don't do anything like this ever again in life. That's all I have.
I thought I was going to be done with this, but as I see Christina's story, I'm like, no, Christina, my heart pours out to you. It really, really does. I hope that you are, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, I hope that you are Risa Tisa 2.0. I hope that by the time that you get done with your story, that blessings start flowing in abundantly for you. I pray that for you. I'm back with a slight update. He reached out. He reached out yesterday, and I laid into him in a very nice way. Long story short, I was telling him, hey, you need to fix it. I don't know the ins and outs of what happened between him and Sarah because I was not in that relationship. I don't know. But I know that I didn't like any of the things that I saw. And this is what I'm saying to him. I said, I don't like any of the things that I saw. And it's just like, I thought so highly of you. And to see this, like, you're better than that. Or you should have been better than that. So you need to fix this before you completely tarnish your name, you tarnish your business. You need to fix it. But it's probably too late. Like, the name is tarnished by now. So I'm telling him these things, and he's like, I ain't do anything. I don't have anything to fix. That lady's married, and she's just doing all of this for clout. And I'm like, what? No, I'm looking at actual receipts. I'm looking at pages that were determined to be made by you. I'm not saying this, but I'm thinking this. But I'm also aware of who I'm dealing with. Narcissists never take any accountability. And it appears that that man is a narcissist. So he kept asking me, was I free to talk? And I wasn't, because I was hanging out with my cousins at Disney yesterday. And I didn't want to talk anyway. I don't have anything to say, to the situation. I don't expect anything, from him, because again, he didn't do anything to me. But there is no accountability when he reached out to me, basically like denying his part in anything, as if my eyes had deceived me, as if I didn't see the things that I saw. So Christina, again, when you finish your story, baby, I hope you are blessed beyond blessed, because I just know you had to deal with some stuff. And as I told you before, my heart pours for you. It goes out to you for sure. And I know you'll rise above this.
Okay, so I'm just going to use your comments to make a response to, because I'm coming across all sorts of think pieces from other individuals and comments, basically saying I'm lying, and I'm not. So I just want to clear a few things up. As far as the blocking is concerned, I was under the impression that I did have him blocked. So here's what happened. Either one of two things happened. Either I was mistaken and I did not actually have him blocked, or he reached out from another number. All I know is when I got the text message, there was no contact saved. There was no history, right? Someone asked me to post a receipt of him reaching out, and at the time I said no, because I didn't want to keep getting deeper and deeper in it. And then some people started calling me out saying, well, you had him blocked, or you're lying, just trying to shoot holes in what I was saying. So I was like, well, I'm just going to post the receipt because I don't have anything to lie about. However, I had sent an audio message, and when he saved it, it had his phone number showing. So I had to ultimately delete that because I don't want, those type of issues. I don't want, anyone start reaching out to him, harassing him, then I'm in trouble for it. So there's that. Hopefully that clears that up. As far as social media, yes, he's definitely blocked from my social media. What else I want to clear up? Oh, the actual interaction. Okay, first of all, I am not an enabler. I'm not enabling him in any sort of way. Based upon how he reached out to me, I was just being pleasant, but being firm in what I was, saying to him. But no way was I trying to enable him. As far as me saying fix it, okay, keep in mind, I'm getting a lot of this stuff at the same rate, at the same pace that you all are getting it. I didn't even know how deep things had actually went with Christina, like, until after he had reached out. Like, I'm seeing all of the stuff that she started posting. I didn't even know it got that deep with her. Now, as far as Sarah is concerned, I think I did hear the sniff of him being at her door, breaking down her door, in which, he denied in his text message. Again, I can't, post it because I can't edit his phone number, but I would love for y'all to see, what his actual response was. And maybe I was mistaken in saying he can fix it. Basically, I was saying, you need to take accountability for what you did, admit you were wrong, apologize. And I said, you don't need to have any further contact with her. You guys don't need to have any further contact with, one another, because it's a dangerous situation. What you did, was very dangerous. So there's that. But I can take accountability for saying, fix it, because that probably was not the proper thing to say. And I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's just, that's just me. I'm just quirky like that. There's something else I wanted to say. We didn't actually have voice-to-voice contact, so everything was through text, and I kept it, really short. He did want to call. He did want to have a conversation, but I told him, hey, you're saying you didn't do anything. We don't have anything to talk about. We don't have anything to discuss, because I'm not going to be a listening ear for any of the lies, because I've seen what I've seen, and I know my eyes aren't deceiving me. So that's all that I really wanted to say and to clear up. If y'all have any questions, you can ask. I don't mind clarifying anything at all, but don't just get on here and just say I'm lying about something when you don't have the whole truth. And I don't mind giving you the truth, because I don't have anything to hide in the situation. Again, I'm just really being a support to the young ladies that were affected. Me, not so much. I didn't get to learn him as far as they did, because something just didn't feel in my spirit. So there's that. I want to be done with this. So we're done with this. Again, if you have any questions or anything you want to know, you can type that in the comment. I don't mind addressing it. I really don't. So there's that.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional. Yes, we staying lit, big dog. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partner, Lucky Puss and Deals. Your boy keeps it lit. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. Hit the link down below. We got HiveBuyingLabs.com, where you can unbig that back. We also got Moog's Coffee, okay, where you can get you a wealthy supply of coffee, okay? Make it feel rich, Negro rich, okay? Let's get into it, man. Now, we are here, okay? Mr. Sherrod Kelsey, man, he's leaving a trail of tears, babe. Your boy, I ain't no saint either, so I ain't just gonna take a crap on the man. But what I will say is, I'm gonna say this. Thankfully she didn't run into his mess, but that's only because she didn't qualify to be one of his women. The young woman that he was going after, we know why he was doing that. I mean, young, attractive. I can spend a little money on you, get you where you need to be. Whoop, bop, bam. Let me hit that. He so much that he went crazy over it. The older chick, that was just a money play. You was about to be a money play. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for you, you could recognize that this wasn't where you was like, he was probably playing some game and you probably was like, like it was something that was just like, nah, you know, because you date around and you talk to women and you just be like, and somebody will say something or do something, you be like, And then you analyze it you got to think about it as a red flag, and you be like, is this a red flag that I'm willing to ignore? Am I willing to ignore this red flag because this person is handsome, this person is a beautiful lady, this person is, she has a good job, this person, maybe the way she talks sexually, you want to see that. So in order to fulfill that, you be like, all right, I'm gonna dodge this red flag. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all what, man, I know for a fact it was one person that I seen the red flag, and then I was just like, I didn't, just like her, I just like gracefully bowed out. But then come to find out, I understand why that red flag. I know why that red flag stood out to me, because I was like, we on two different patterns in life, and this ain't the pattern this ain't the lifestyle that I'm willing to go after. I don't think I'm at this point in my life, right? Well, come to find out, that person had a backstory, and not a bad backstory, but I understood why that red flag came out as that, but it wasn't where I wanted to be, and I was like, oh no. But hindsight, looking back, I was like, well, it wasn't that bad, but I didn't know. But the fact that I listened to my inner gut and chose to not pursue that relationship, I'm fine. And if I see this person, there's people making TikTok videos about how she then ran off with all their money or used their scams or credit cards or something. Not saying that she doing that. I'm just saying I would be like, well, look like I dodged a bullet. But if I don't, and this person's married somewhere, I won't feel bad. You know what I mean? So that's how you got to see some of these things. Like, look, sister, you dodged a bullet, but you didn't know. You was just listening to your intuition and your heart and your soul. You're a God-fearing woman. You listen to God, and God told you, this ain't your husband, this ain't the man that I'm sending to you. And you listen. And I think a lot of people need to listen, because what I gather from a lot of these stories is that everybody just ignores these red flags. They be like, red flag number 1, red flag number 2, and you be like, when we get to red flag 100, it's like, okay, when are you gonna stop looking at the red flags and put your ass in a penalty box? Okay, put yourself in a penalty box, because you got too many red flags, right? But they don't see it like that. They see like this person is the worst person. They manipulated, they narcissist, although they may be, but you decided to ignore all that. I mean, if a guy's coming to you, you know what, listen, my business is really needs your help. Like a guy that, like we talking about, Sherrod Kelsey is one guy. Then you got the fake black Tinder swindler. Like, these guys, they're good with the words. They show up and show out. And they use, abuse, and leave all these women high and dry. What I'm saying is, a lot of these women who come on here, they're like, yeah, but I think they're showing that they, even though he did them wrong, he didn't completely break them. And honestly, he broke all y'all, because you're not gonna sit here and be vulnerable. Like, be vulnerable means to admit, how stupid you were, but they don't admit that, and which is fine. Don't, because you don't need to. It's your story to tell, and that's the thing. I'm not victim blaming. I'm just saying a lot of us ignore red flags, and then we be looking back like, now it's time to do a TikTok story. So, and my thing is, I'm a oversharer. I talk a lot, so you gonna hear about all these red flags, and it's up to you to be like, oh, is PJ really a good guy? Is he gonna steal from me? Is he gonna make my credit bad? Is he gonna borrow money from me? Is he gonna try to move in? Things of that nature. That's what these red flags, that's what be coming out of these red flags. Like, you gotta tell people, sometimes you gotta tell people, hey, I'm gonna give you the red flags. You give them the grace to gracefully bow out. Then, if they stay, don't do them dirty. But, when they come up with a story, oh, you this, you that. Lady, you knew this. It's like, I didn't come to you with a mask on. See, we gotta stop putting these masks and these suits of armor on. The Gucci, the Louis, the Prada, the Nike, the Jordan. Flashing the cash. We gotta stop putting on and put the real on. Be like, man, if you're gonna take a woman on a date, take on a date. Be like, but look, I don't spend this on like this on a normal basis. I'm going on a date, and that's what we're doing. So when we go on a date, I'm trying to impress you. I'm not finna be buying you damn, $100 steaks every week. It's not gonna happen. Impressing. But if we're going on dates, yeah, we can make some nice dates. We can make some dates happen, but every night ain't gonna be this. If I buy you a gift, maybe it's $100 gift, but don't expect every gift to be $100. Maybe it might be $50. Maybe it might be $25. Maybe I just send you some lunch money. You know what I'm saying? We be sending Cashapps to them. Hey, baby, you eat today? It's just Cashapp for your lunch. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But it's stuff like that. That's how. You gotta be real. You gotta let people know, and stop putting on the mask. It's about 30 guys in here and about 100 women. But yeah, women do it too. Like, but men are more. We'll overlook your red flags because we want to hit, and the ones that's trying to play games with you, they gonna let you throw around everything but the red flags. They want you to be well off. They want you to be well to do. They want you to be, oh, that's how I do my man. I take care of my, yeah, come on, take care of me. That's them narcissists that's gonna run off with your money. But other than that, like, a woman's not gonna give you all her red flags at all. She's not gonna be honest. She'll, a little honest, but she ain't gonna, what do they call it, stretch the truth, or the truth is right here. She gonna be like, shoot, like that to the truth. She gonna get you close enough to the truth, but ain't gonna tell you the whole. Because necessarily they don't have to, because they're gonna be like, okay, when he's ready to know about my life, I'll tell him. You know, because the worst thing a woman could do is probably, you know, mentally, they'll fuck you up. A woman will have you jacked up mentally. But a woman might leave you financially in a bind if you let them. But 9 times out of 10, a woman, well, I'm gonna say 8 times out of 10, a woman's not gonna physically abuse you. A woman's there are, I say about 50% of the time, women are they'll save up stuff to use against you if y'all break up. A lot of women, they're gonna say, oh, when you was texting girl, every time they caught you in different messages, they saving screenshots, they saving pictures, they doing everything. Because if you leave them, oh, I'm putting this out there, I'm doing, yeah. So they ain't gonna tell you that. They ain't gonna tell you that they are torturing their ex. Women ain't gonna tell you that. They ain't gonna tell you that. They're liars. So they just not gonna tell you the truth. I'm perfect. I was doing this, you know. I got another video that we're gonna get into. Well, I might not do that video, but the woman's a nice lady, and granted she was young, but she got drunk and started fighting and stuff like that. You be thinking like, oh, I mean, you're a nice looking lady, but the story started off as if you are to come and say how these men jumped and abused you. But that you a fighter, you got a mouth on you and all this stuff, it's not deserving, but I can see why it happened. Understanding why it happened. Is it right or wrong? It's wrong. Should it have happened? No. People could have learned to keep their hands to themselves. But when everybody intoxicated, things happen. And, you know, having a mouth around some drunk people is probably not the best thing to do, because somebody might get their ass whooped. So, like I said, but she not going to tell you that in a date. She's not going to be like, oh, when I get drunk, I like to pop off. If, you know, and my man, I cuss him out. She ain't gonna tell you. She ain't gonna tell you she cuss her man out. She ain't gonna tell you she be pushing on him and yelling. No, she ain't gonna tell you that. A guy won't tell you that either. Okay. So, you know, she listened to her intuition. All we gotta do when we dating is just listen to the intuition. Listen to what's in your mind. Like, is this person the one for me? And then, listen, it's okay to take it slow. That person do not have to be you don't have to fall in love right now. If you like that person enough, just be like, just play it cool. Hey, go old school. We taking it steady. You know what I'm saying? We taking it steady. But once you give up that ass, you give up that penis, you like, oh, we in a relationship. We kind of still taking it steady, you know. So don't you gotta, but you also gotta let them know that too. You can't be all in the relationship and doing all these relationship things, and they don't know that if you seriously want to be with them forever or not. You gotta kind of let them know about that, cause that just ain't right. So, everyday people, I hope I gave y'all some terrible love relationship advice. If you took my advice, you're probably gonna burn in hell. But I hope you would not. I hope you do well. Anyway, everyday people, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.